You see that when you increase your eccentric force by eccentric training, you will also have a positive adaptation to the concentric force and to the isometric force. So it's not only contraction specific, it's more versatile. And this is of great interest, because it's not the case if you train concentrically, you don't have that impact on the eccentric side. And I think this is really, really important to understand, that this is direct transfer to other contraction modes. So that means also when you are in sports that are like concentric only dominant, as cycling or rowing or maybe other sports, you can have a huge impact by doing eccentric training as well. We have a distinct force-velocity relationship. So if you look at the force-velocity curve here, so once you cross this line of isometric, so of zero velocity, you're not anymore at the same, on the same curve. You know? So that means if you work at a particular load on that side, for the eccentric side, this will always be like underloaded. So this is important to us also regarding the technology of 1080 motion, because we can adapt concentric load and eccentric load separately. And I think this is definitely something that is of great interest, because most of the time, if you do normal training, we're probably doing concentric only training, but because the eccentric side never gets the enough stimulus or the right stimulus. So that means we're missing time under high mechanical tension, and we know that high mechanical tension is the most important for the structural adaptation. That would mean if we set it up that on the eccentric side, we're on the right, on the specific force-velocity curve by using the quantum Syncro machine, for example, we would probably need less volume as well, because we are just dependent on the time under tension, not on the repetitions itself. And we can even get to the point where we say we only work at the lengthened range. We don't even go to a full range of motion training. To really be specific, lengthened position, high mechanical tension on the concentric and on the eccentric side. So this will be a really, really potent stimulus, and it's nothing else than increasing efficiency. Okay, if you look at the force and power curves, and this is also of great interest to us, so you know that side here concentrically, so the power curve is here somewhere in the middle. Then if you go faster, there is less force that you can produce. We all understand that. If you go to the other side here, then force is going up, and even if we add velocity, this is still quite stable. Working in this particular area is like the holy grail, I would say. But it's not easy to get there. You need time to adapt, you need progression, just that you understand. It's not from today to tomorrow, it needs time to prepare. So if we look a bit closer how this eccentric work functions, so we have this shock absorber function, so where the energy is just going away, or we have this elastic spring way of functioning. We all know that plyometric stuff, this goes into that typical area. So we will start with the squat, and for me what is important also, if I go to the Smith machine, it's get the athlete into the Smith machine, let him like move some repetitions. You can do that right now. So it's just like 50 kilograms, easy for you, just that he also see or feel what changes if you go into a Smith press. So it's probably not the same as doing free barbell squats. Then I can set him up regarding the position of the foot. Probably, yeah, good, man. You feel it? Okay. Yeah, very good. A bit further that way, front. Just a little bit. Okay, so we will not go to that range of motion, but as we are in a Smith machine, we will have like some compensation of or coming out of the line, and this gives another situation for the lumbar spine. So this is why we have probably to adapt a little bit the positioning of the feet compared to the barbell. It's going to be a bit different as we would do maybe in free barbell training. So for me, the next step now is to get him into a safer range of motion. So we just set up the range of motion. So I let him do some squats, just that he feels how far down this will go afterwards. Good work. Okay, now again, how do you feel your positioning of the feet? So now I drop down the load. I will drop down the eccentric speed. This was the wrong one. Because the boost only works with 0.1 meters per second. If not, you will anyway have a warning that it's not working. So you have to come down to this speed. So now the concentric phase doesn't matter anymore. I set that down to almost the minimum, so he can just go down to the pins and then easily come up again, no stress, prepare again, and then we go again. So what we'll do now for the very first repetitions, you just accept the velocity. So it's not about intensity, you just feel a bit what's happening, and you could go down to the pins. And if you are stressed under the barbell here, as it is super slow, you just go a little bit faster, and you will not feel any tension anymore. So it's a super safe environment. And this, especially in a rehab setting, is very important. So Jack, go under the bar. So I let him set up. He gives me the go when he's ready. And then I will count 3, 2, 1, go. I push the button. You just accept the velocity. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, now you see it's pulling him down with 0.1 meters a second. Okay, bam, now it drops off. Okay, can you just do like, you come down maybe a third of the range and then you go a bit faster that people see that there's no more tension on it. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, you see? So, no risk at all. How do you feel? Good. Okay, so now you try to give a bit more. Don't explode. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Now you see very long time under tension with that intensity. It's probably too much from my perspective in a single repetition. Now I can adjust in going higher here, or I can adjust that he is starting at the lower position, which would be of greater interest. So the end position, that you get the muscle tendon to a certain length. Because if I'm going up here, it's just going to be at the shorter muscle tendon length, and it's maybe less of interest, at least for this structural adaptation. Okay, so this is how I can organize that. What is now also important, so there's so much compression into the game if you start really to put in intent. And often the limitation, especially at the very beginning, is more like here than here. So often at the very beginning, athletes say, I'm so focused here and I feel it here, but I don't feel my legs. And if they get used to it, if they get organized, it gets way better. So you have to go to the point where they feel the legs, because this is what you target. But the adaptation of understanding and learning to get this contraction right for the force transmission is also a very cool adaptation. Okay, you see that. So now, again, under the bar, you focus fully here, and you try to break, just break down the barbell, okay?
Push as hard?
No, you break down. Just tell me when you're ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Ooh.
You don't see, his face is very good.
Okay, good. Now, the cueing, regardless of the eccentric exercise, is also very important, because you can always cue, break it down, try to go on the brakes. But this is a bit more negative for me. I want that he tries to accelerate into the opposite direction. That would highly increase the activation. Okay, so even if it's going that way, you will try to go that way. Okay, just be cautious at the very first centimeters, because you're so strong in that position and you're almost like locked. So sometimes it's good just to let it go a little bit and then you go full in. 3, 2, 1, go! Push against, push against, push, 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 push. Okay. So here the calibration is more for her to get in easier, okay? Because I want that she's pulled down until the bottom. But to get into the system, it's just easier. You will do like this, and you can just put on. There is no load. When you stand up, you will feel the machine. Wait, we just have to, so here again, at the very beginning, I give her an easy load. It's 1-1, the ratio is 1-1, so same eccentric, concentric. It's kind of a loaded jump, but easy going, huh? Just that you feel what happens. So 6 here would mean 6 per side, so 12 kilo of load now. So you just go like easy jumping, feel a little bit how the machine reacts. Exactly. Okay. And maybe you can do some counters as well, a little bit more. Yeah, exactly. Great. Okay. All good so far? Stop, stop, stop. We don't go for volume here. Okay. Now, I give her a ratio of 1-2, so it's not the max. I will just come down a little bit with the load. So we go 10 kilo up, and then down would be like 20. Which one you prefer, counter or just pogo jumps?
Doesn't matter.
You have to do both anyway, so okay. Yeah, just go pogo style, but still like 70-80%. Okay. Now you should feel a little bit of a difference the way down. Okay, stop. You feel a little bit of a difference? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now you go counter, maybe let's say 6 jumps, just to feel a little bit. Okay. How is it?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I go to 1-3 ratio?
What do you mean?
You're still able to decelerate?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What's your main sport?
Well, I play volleyball, but I.
Ah, okay. Yeah, volleyball is a good base for that. Okay. Okay, so we have the max ratio here. So 1-3, so 5-15. So it's still like 10 kilo up. Now it's 30 kilo the way down. So we only do 7 jumps. 7 is a strange number, but the first one doesn't count because you have no air time. I will show you data afterwards. It's just not the same. So the first one, and then I will count to 6. Okay? Then you stop.
Okay.
You ready?
So pogos first or just counter movement?
I would say pogos.
Pogos first, okay.
You try to touch the.
Oh,
Okay.
so far.
Yeah. Okay?
Okay. Go.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. How does it feel?
Good.
Well, at the very beginning, for all of them, you will see like going front, back, going sideways. It's just feeling how the machine works. So this is a bit strange at the very beginning, but they adapt quite quickly. And then for me, it's really the transfer, so the coupling of eccentric to concentric. If I see that this is not really smooth anymore, then it's too much. Keep going with the pogos, one more. I give you a bit more load, and with the same load, we will also do the counters afterwards, okay? So now it's 6, 18, so it's 12 the way up, and it's 36 the way down. 7 again.
Okay.
I start counting from the second one, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. How was that?
Good.
Still good? Heavy? Okay, it's already heavy. Okay. Now we do the same counter movement jump type. So what we will do now, again, 7 jumps. You go a bit more or deeper. Then, when it's finished, you go down, you take those things off, you come off, and you do like 3 counter movement jumps. Free. I load it up. Okay. We're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So you can go down, you take the things off. Allez, allez, allez. Okay. How does that feel?
Good.
Good. Flying? Okay.
Yeah, flying.
Okay. Well, this is a very nice effect to feel. If you go out of this, free jumping is like, ooh, what's going on? So, for sure, it's also a type of potentiation you can do here. But we are mainly interested in the eccentric stimulus. So, but again, as I said, it's low volume. Ben, you asked the right question. It has still to have a good quality of coupling. If not, I go to eccentric only, maybe just like landing stuff where I can go heavier, but without coupling. So this is how I would manage